Hey everybody, I just wanted to show you really quickly how I used Tana for a writing conference that I went to in November. And I just want to show you quickly how I did it. Happy to explain some more stuff. But mainly, the conference was over 3 days, so November 4th, November 5th, and November 6th, which is all at the top here. Each day got its own schedule, so all of these things are the sessions that I attended specifically for November 4th. And then what I would do is I actually didn't bring my laptop with me into the sessions. I actually had my phone, my Android device, and I would use the Tana capture to capture the lecture and then use the AI tools to transcribe it. So for instance, here's an example. Here's the meeting information, and then what happened was the meeting, I tagged it as a meeting and everything automatically creates a summary. So it did also create some action items, which are interesting. But then what it did, pulled those notes out of the capture and I put them all here. So anything in bold is what the tool used kind of to summarize, but then I always have the transcript here if I want to view the source material, and then I can always use the AI tools to re-summarize or to do some stuff. So I'll show you in a second how I actually use that when I messed up with the mobile device. So anyway, here we have a bunch of different sessions. And so what I did when I first was planning out my conference is I put every single session that I wanted to attend. And so there were some sessions that were on multiple times in the day. So like for instance, this 11 o'clock slot, there were several sessions that I wanted to attend. And you will notice that for all the sessions, I tagged them specifically with a tag called AN25 panel. And then I created a button called move to later. And so what that move to later button would do is once I decided what sessions I was going to attend, if I pressed the move to later button, it would add them to a sessions to watch later list. And so the sessions to watch later list would take away the time. It would leave the location because at that point it didn't really matter. But then it would also add a checkbox. So I'm going to get the recordings of these sessions later, so I can use that checkbox to determine when I actually watch the sessions, because I'm very bad about not doing that. So I wanted to create sort of an action plan. So that is how I did that. So this is Tuesday's schedule, and so just like I can use the things on the side, I can also click on here, and then this will also pop up. Now you'll notice these notes are not in bold. These are notes that I took myself. So I did take some notes on my tablet a little bit, and that actually worked quite well too, but I still did the transcription. So there is still the AI notes down here, and then you can see here that this is what it covered. So I still have those, and like I said, I can always redo them if I need to. All right, so that was Tuesday, November 4th. So Wednesday, November 5th, some interesting thing happened. So the very first session, I was recording and then something happened and then I had to stop. So I actually had two sessions that were recorded, even though it's just an hour. And then, so these were the notes that I took. And then you can see I also had like a little task there as I was doing it. But then what I did, I had these AI notes. And so here's part 1 and part 2. But then what I did was I took them afterwards and combined them in Claude. So this is a combined Claude summary. And so you can do this with any of your notes if you don't like the transcription. But I liked how, even though I messed up and recorded 2 different sessions, I was able to combine them. So I like that. So most of these are panels, but you will notice that some of these, like this one right here, is in red, not in purple. And what that means is that was a session that I was volunteering for. And so a session that I volunteered for, I tagged with AN25 vol, just to indicate that I was volunteering. I still recorded it, but and I still was able to take notes. But then what happens if I go back here? First of all, it shows up in red, which is great. But then there's a tab called All Sessions That I'm Volunteering For. And so this actually will showcase all the sessions that I actually volunteered for, so I can see those kind of called out. This was helpful when I needed to decide which sessions I needed to be at, so I could plan my schedule accordingly. So we already talked about the sessions to watch later, so this is just that checklist that I mentioned. Also at the top here, I have some links. These are just links to the schedules of the events if I needed them. And then this was really cool. So they had a thing where you could do like a little rendering of a story. So somebody kind of did some test drawings for you. And so I was also able to record that meeting. And then this was also the mobile image that I was able to send to Tana afterwards. So that really worked out well. So otherwise, yeah, this was great. I really enjoyed this. I liked how I was able to use my mobile device if that's all I had. I used the tablet and I didn't have to use my desktop all week. So I really did enjoy it. And I also like this calendar view. This helped a lot. So yeah, happy to answer more questions or show things in more detail. But yeah, and then just as a reminder, all these summaries as well. I have the voice memo here, so if I need to listen to it again, I can. Honestly, these voice memos, because they were captured on my phone, the sound quality is not great, but I was really impressed at how well it was able to pick up my transcription. So that was really cool. Anyway, yeah, happy to answer questions and just wanted to show that to you. So thanks.